You're having a great day today. Today we're going to talk about ESL money problems and pain points when we're talking about money itself. Because the ESL industry, it goes like this, up and down, up and down. So you want to make sure that you can maintain a steady income for your family. The first thing we're going to talk about is weekly pay. Pay every 2 weeks or twice a month or monthly. In the beginning, there wasn't a lot of companies like 6 years ago offering anything but monthly. Now, the company I'm with, I switched mine over to weekly, and it's really helped my family, my wife, to manage everything better. It's because we know when certain things are due, so we can kind of manage it. It's much easier if we do it monthly. Here in the Philippines, it's difficult sometimes because sometimes they take stuff out of our bank account that they just call us and tell us like 2 days before. So it's much better, having that weekly salary for my family. It's so much easier to manage. Also, where do you live? So, do you live in the U.S., Canada, or do you live in Asia, like Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, or are you going to live in an RV, right? So this impacts, how you're going to transfer money. How do you transfer that salary to your accounts? It depends where your account is, right? So you really, that's something you really have to think about. I know a lot of teachers are not doing RVs. They got rid of their homes in RVs to reduce their cost, right? So, and that's what I'm trying to do too. So I think it's maybe 3 months from now or 4 months, my car payment is finished. But the issue is, I have a 17-year-old daughter. She's gonna be 18 in September, so I got to get her a car. But I'm not doing payments anymore. I'm going to be paying everything in cash from now on. So I'm trying to reduce my monthly expenses as as much as I can. Because my house, I think I only owe. I think I have like 6 years left on my house, maybe. So, and I'm not going to take any other payments because it's my second house. So you just have to really figure out, what can you manage based on sometimes a very fluctuating ESL market. For me, the last 6 years has been pretty stable, but you don't know when that's going to stop, right? You just don't know, because a lot of these companies lower salaries and everything else. And if my company lowered my salary, I wouldn't be able to support my family on it. So you just don't know when things are going to happen, and you just have to go with the flow of things happen and do your best. But what I would do, this is what I'm trying to do too, is reduce my overall monthly expenses. So if I do run into situations that I can, I can pay the bills. That's the main thing. Paying the bills, feeding the family, everything else. All right. All right. Good or bad? Okay. So this is I think this is the most important. Is what company are you with? Or if you switch over, what companies are you looking at? You want a stable company. Not I don't go with newer companies because sometimes they don't pay the teachers, right? I can't go a month because with no pay, because a company is, cheating teachers, not paying teachers and everything else. So I think it's, at first I would try to go with companies that are paying teachers. And then if you want to branch out a little bit, do that very, very slowly, just so you can make sure that you're going to get paid. Um, some of these companies are very sketchy. Even today, there's still some of them that are very sketchy. Don't pay teachers, or they'll pay them for 6 months and then stop paying them and then pay them for, you know what I mean? So you just have to be careful. Just be really careful with the companies. Long term or not? Are you going to be in this industry for long term? 6 months, you know, that might determine what company you're going to go with. You know, for me, it's more right now, it's more long term. I'm not saying teaching itself, but the ESL market. And then what I'm trying to do is I'm going to be reducing my schedule, my teaching schedule. I've already started doing that. So I only teach 5 days a week now. I shifted some of the hours to the weekend, and I'll be doing more and more of that, reducing my teaching hours to do other projects that will bring in income. So it's more passive income. So you just have to decide, you know, what are your goals? Or maybe you want to get a part-time job doing something totally outside the ESL industry to have a more stable income. You just have to really decide what works for you, what you're comfortable with, and then go from there. That's what I would do. You know, I know teachers that, you know, they're real estate agents. They teach ESL, and some other ones, you know, they sell beauty products, and they're also a teacher. So, you know, just balance it out. What you feel comfortable with, what you like doing, right? So, if you like doing something else, then try to incorporate that into your into what you want to do, you know, so that's basically what I would do. For me, you know, I need a steady income. I got 3 teenagers. You know, I have a house that I need to pay a mortgage on and everything else, and I have to make sure I have a really steady income for that. Because if I didn't, it would be a nightmare for me. I couldn't, you know what I mean? It would be a nightmare, and then I'd have to be with multiple companies and everything else. So just really sit down and think about, you know, what you need for money. You know, do you need weekly? Do you need monthly money? Where do you want to live, or do you want to change where you live, or do you want to live by maybe RV or camping or something like that? And you know, what's a good company? You know, do your research on the good companies and the bad companies, or maybe you want to do something outside the ESL field to supplement your income. So you just have to, there's just some things to think about. All right, I'm going to go now. All right, bye. See you later.